So Nawway Plantation, among the last remaining plantations, just burned down, and black people are not too hard by it. Let's talk about it. Hi there, my name is Janita Maaya. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, please take some time out and do subscribe. Okay. This plantation did burn down, and it's unfortunate to say that it was still standing. You know, after all that it did, after all these years, the plantation was still going. The plantation that enslaved all these people, the plantation that is filled with trauma, is filled with horror stories. It was still standing up to this time. And personally, for me to see it burn, it's just like, okay, it finally burnt down to the ground. Like, let it burn with all the horrific stories that people experienced there, with all the slaves that were there, that were born there, also introduced into slaverism, the sexual harassment that was going on. A lot was happening, and black people are happy to see it burn. Because what do you mean in this day and age a plantation is still standing and it's still owned by white people, and people are going there to use it as a resort, as a spa, for relaxation? Well, it was built on the blood, sweat and tears of slaves. Please spare me. Let's watch the videos.
The scene behind me is a plantation house in Louisiana that is burned down. It's burning down in this video. But this is not just any plantation house. This was the largest antebellum plantation house in the South, owned by one of the richest enslavers in the South. This is the Nawway Plantation in Louisiana. It was built by enslaved Africans in 1859. It was owned by this guy, John Randolph. Now, John wasn't even from Louisiana. He was from Virginia originally, but he came from a wealthy slave-owning family, and his dad was hired by the federal government to do something in Louisiana, and he moved with him. Now, originally, he wanted to make it into a cotton plantation, the same type of plantation that he was used to in Virginia. But he noticed that the climate in Louisiana was a lot different, so he changed it to a sugar plantation. And because of that, he ended up tripling his family's wealth. John Randolph enslaved 176 people. But the plantation house itself was built around the same time as the Civil War. John didn't want to fight in the Civil War. He was scared. So he sent 3 of his sons, and he asked, how much money do I have to give to keep me out of this? And he was a huge financial backer of the Confederacy in Louisiana. When he realized that the Confederacy was losing, he left his wife in Louisiana, took 200 slaves, and went to Texas. Once the Civil War was over, he contracted with 53 bonded people, basically people that owed him money and were working to pay it off. It's just another form of slavery. He eventually died in 1883, and his wife eventually sold the plantation for $50,000. That's the equivalent of $1.9 million today. And now he has no legacy at all.
The largest plantation in America just burnt down. Here's an example, another one, and another one. But that's not even the craziest part. Nawway Plantation was a plantation resort. Could you imagine a Holocaust labor camp being a place you could get a spa day, a massage, and chill by the pool? Well, we don't got to worry about that anymore because Nawway is gone. Let the tape roll.
I don't understand why y'all don't understand that black Americans don't give a flying fuck. A plantation burned to the ground in 2025. That thing was built in 1859 by enslaved black folk who were considered property. We don't care.
Alright guys, we've come to the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Do all the nice things, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Follow me on all social media platforms at Janita Maaya. Check out my website at janitaMaaya.com, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one.